Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, welcome to online teaching. This is fifth part of our Casuarina tree, written by Toru Dutt. So on the 4 parts we have seen, first 2 parts is about a description about the poem. The tree has been explained and described how it is great magnificence and so lovable to the poetess. And third stanza tells about the feeling of the poet, how she is missing and longing for her brother and sister and for the hometown. And the same way, the fifth thing is, we are going to see, let us see that. See, as we are going for the fifth stanza, I will just give the gist of all the full poem 4 thing and then we will go for fifth. The Casuarina tree is tall and strong with a creeper winding around it like a python. The tree stands like a giant with a colourful scarves of flowers. Birds surrounded the garden and the sweet song of the birds is heard. The poet is delighted to see the Casuarina tree through her casement. She sees a grey monkey, a baboon, sitting like a statue on top of the tree, the cows grazing and the water lilies springing in the pond. The poet feels that the tree is dear to her not for its impressive appearance, but for the nostalgic memories of her happy childhood that it brings to her. She strongly believes that nature communicates with human beings. The poet could communicate with the tree even when she was in a far-off land, as she could hear the tree lamenting her absence. The poet concentrates the tree's memory to her loved ones who are not alive. She immortalized the tree through her poem like the poet Wordsworth, who sanctifies the yew tree of a Borrowdale in verse. She expresses her wish that the tree should be remembered out of love and not just because it cannot be forgotten. So, you will be the explanation had been given that the Casuarina tree stands and it is a very great magnificent thing in the memory of the poetess, and she feels whenever she is in the long distance far away, when she think of the Casuarina, she recollects all the past thing, what all happened with their family members and at home in hometown. So, she recollects all those things. So, we will go for the fifth stanza. Therefore, I fain would consecrate a lay unto the honor, tree beloved of those who now is blessed, sleepy for air repose. Dearer than life to me, alas, were they. So, therefore I fain. What do you mean by fain? Fain means eagerly. Therefore, I eagerly would concentrate on, the consecrate means holy thing, a lay unto thy honor, tree beloved of those. So, she feels that she is eagerly want to see the tree and it is an holy thing. The tree is, Casuarina tree is a holy thing. She is comparing that something great and holy. And unto thy honor, it is of thy honor means she had kept the tree in a very great place, honor. She want to honor the tree because she feels that it is great thing which brings all the memories of the motherland and about their relatives, everything. Tree beloved of those who now in blessed sleep for a repose. So, they have been blessed sleep. That means blessed sleep means somebody died. So, she lost her brother and sister and they died and they have been buried, and their past memories when they were playing under the tree, that all been recollected by when she thinks about the tree. And she says for her repose means they are taking rest. Dearer than life to me, alas where they are. So, she is longing and feeling for not only the tree, for her brother and sister who were a young companion when she was young and they were playing and enjoying and having all sharing and caring, that all she is missing now. So, she feels once she recollect about the Casuarina tree, the past memory of her family members and the happy life how she had in the young age, that all had been recollected. So, she is asking, alas where they, means those things where I am missing now. So, she is asking and feeling sorry for missing that. Mayest thou be numbered when my days are done with deathless tears like those in Borrowdale. So, Wordsworth poem Borrowdale, so this is allusion, you can say Borrowdale is a poem which had been written by William Wordsworth, and here William Wordsworth feels for the same longing, and that longing had been here recollected with deathless trees like those in Borrowdale. Borrowdale is the same poet. William Wordsworth also feels something, the tree is missing, and that had been given, and that had been commented or taken for the poem. So, it is allusion. Under whose awful branches lingered pale fear, trembling hope, and death the skeleton. Under whose awful branches lingered pale. So, she is feeling that somebody, a loved and dear one, had been buried under the tree. So, that was there, Borrowdale in Wordsworth poem. The same poem, how she is also feeling, the playing movement and other things under the tree had been missing, and that was the worry in her mind. Under whose awful branch lingered pale fear, trembling hope, and death the skeleton. So, fear, trembling hope, and death the skeleton. So, what she is saying, under the world, if you are born once, you have to die, and only what is remaining, if you are buried, your skeleton alone will be remaining there. So, the day will be, so that means human being as their mortal, they will be having a day to die, but we will be thinking that we will be living for a long time, and there will be long race, and so many things will be there in our mind, and you will be fighting, and so many things are there. So, the poetess tells very clearly Casuarina tree has immortal value, and human being has mortal. So, you will be dying, and if you die, nothing will be there, only skeleton will be remaining later when you bury and see. And time the shadow, and though weak the verse, and time the shadow, time is a shadow. So, time when the time is given, we have to live, that span time is the thing, we have to do good or whatever the thing. But trees are not like that, it will be seeing so many generations. So, if our grandfather will be played under it, even on the same tree we will be playing under it. So, she talks about that. And though weak the verse, that would die, beauty fain means it will be eager. Oh fain regaze, so the fain means eagerly it is repeating, regaze means repeating. So, what will happen? We have to buy born, die, like that, generation by generation it is happening, but it is not happening for the tree. So, tree will be seeing so many generations, as she is telling. That would thy beauty fain, or fain here regress, may love defend thee from oblivion curse. So, she feels, may love defend thee from oblivion curse. What do you mean by oblivion? Oblivion means a state of forgetfulness. So, you have to, when you feel your mother, father or grandmother, grandfather, somebody died, if you are keeping on thinking of it, you will not run your days. So, here the poet tells very clearly, it must be forgetfulness. So, actually she want to forget it, but the Casuarina tree, when she thinks, it all been recollected, and she is feeling very sad and sorrow when she is not forgetting. So, memories of her happy childhood had been given. So, exclamatory, unto thy honor tree beloved of those. So, this is a exclamatory sentence, and it is a figure of speech, metaphorical and simile. With deathless like trees those in buried. So, here the tree is deathless. How trees are deathless? The same way Casuarina tree is also deathless. They were not dying. It has mortal, and human beings are mortal, trees are immortal. So, it was being explained by repetition. That would thy beauty fain, O fain. So, fain is the word repeated, so it is called repetition. Personification, fear, trembling, hope, and death, the skeleton. So, here again the tree had been given emotional feeling like fear, love, and all. So, it is considered as a person, so it is a personification. So, okay, you have completed The first part, first stanza tells you, first two stanza tells you the description about the poem. Poet describes the tree, and the tree is very great magnificence and the natural scenery what all there. In third she feels lament, and fourth also she is feeling, and fifth very clearly she tells that human being are mortal and trees are immortal, and she compares with the Wordsworth trees, how he had been explaining the same way she is also having a feeling for tree. And how Keats feeling in his mind about the relationship what he is missing, the same way the poetess also has the same feeling like Keats. And that is the end of the poem. We will see you in the next class. Bye.